The turning point moment when Penny was diagnosed, we knew there was something wrong, obviously. We were seeing a doctor at the Mayo Clinic several times. I think it was probably the 6th or 7th visit until she put a name on it. And it was, okay, we know what it is, now what do we do, in my head? Because we knew it was pretty serious, so I don't think it made it any better or worse from a judgmental standpoint. But then she explained why she thought it was APBD. And then it became an education process that was, kind of hit us in the face, and it was, okay, now what do we do? And the answer was, well, you treat the symptoms, because there isn't anything we can do. I think she told us about the Baylor study, which was just getting started then. I may have the time sequence not quite right. But it was either that trip or else it was the next year when we went back. She told us about the Baylor study, and she's, well, we should go down there. And she said, I wouldn't do it at this point. I think you're probably too far advanced for it to do you any good. It's a difficult regimen. There are side effects. And I think she had gotten to know Penny well enough at that point that Penny would have had trouble, partly because of the disease and her perception of it. She fought it pretty hard, and denial is often useful. So I think we as a group decided that wasn't going to work, and we're going to have to just make the best of what we can for as long as we can. I mean, it was gradual, probably over between the first year and the second year of being there, of going to Mayo Clinic. I think we did 12, we're very fortunate to live in the Twin Cities, and I think we were there 11 or 12 times in the first 2.5 years. With various things. Part of it was diagnosing it, and part of it was then going back because some of the symptoms, to talk to the urologist there and the psychologist there, for getting a neuropsych test, which did not go well at the Mayo Clinic because Penny just didn't connect with the person that was doing that. But we had that done again in the Twin Cities, and have been following some, unfortunately, changes that are going on there as well. Penny is a difficult combination because she has the disease, so, there are changes, but she's got a very high IQ. So she can fool people into that she's okay. And she can reason with you, and then you go, wait a minute, she's right. And then you go, well, maybe not so much. When her way of dealing with this is fighting it pretty hard. And there are a lot of good things that come of that, and some things that maybe aren't so good with, I can do that, and the rest of us think it's not particularly safe. And so, and that becomes tension between us. It's really best for those kinds of things to be handled by third parties. And again, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have that happening.